Welcome to It's English Podcast, where English feels easy, calm, and natural.
Hey, hey, hey! Welcome back to It's English Podcast. I'm Brian.
And I'm Mary. Hello, everyone. Welcome. We are so happy you are here today.
Today's topic, oh wow, this one is a big one. It's something almost every English learner struggles with. Mary, do you want to guess what it is?
Is it about thinking in English and stopping that exhausting habit of translating everything in your head first?
Yes, exactly that. You took my big announcement. But yes, today we are talking about how to think in English and stop translating in your head.
And I want to say something important right from the beginning. If you do this, if you translate everything, that does not mean you are bad at English. It means you are human.
100%. I actually remember when I was learning Spanish, every sentence I tried to say, I built it in English first, then tried to translate it. It felt so slow.
Slow and stressful, like trying to run with heavy boots on.
That's a great way to say it. Heavy boots. Okay, before we dive in, let me ask our listeners something. Have you ever been in a conversation in English and your brain just froze? Like a computer with too many windows open?
Oh, I think everyone listening right now is nodding their head. That feeling is real, and today we are going to talk about why it happens, and more importantly, how to change it.
So stay with us. Get comfortable. Maybe grab a coffee or a tea. This episode is going to be really good. Let's go.
Why do we translate in our heads?
Okay, Mary, let's start with the big question. Why do we do this? Why do our brains automatically translate?
Great question. So think about it this way. When you learned English, you probably learned it through your native language. Your teacher said a word in English and then explained it in your language, or the textbook had translations. So your brain made a connection. English word goes to your language, goes to the meaning.
Oh, like a bridge. You always had to cross the bridge to understand something.
Exactly, a bridge. And that bridge was very helpful at the beginning. It helped you understand. But now, the bridge is slowing you down. You are ready to take the direct road.
The direct road. I love that. So it's not that the bridge was bad, it was necessary, but now we need to build new roads, direct roads from English to meaning, without stopping in the middle.
Right. And this is not about being smart or not smart. Babies don't translate. A 1-year-old doesn't know any language at all, and they still learn to speak perfectly. They connect words directly to the world around them, to feelings, to objects, to experiences.
Whoa, that's actually kind of mind-blowing. So we need to learn to think more like babies?
In a way, yes. We need to reconnect English words directly to meaning and experience, not through our first language.
Okay, so if you've been feeling frustrated, like why can't I just think in English? Now you know. It's just old habits in your brain. And habits can change. They really can.
Part B, the 5 practical tips.
Tip number 1, and this one is super accessible. It means anyone can do it. Anyone, right now after this episode.
This tip is start small. Don't try to think in full sentences right away. That's too hard at first. Instead, start by thinking in single words or very short phrases.
So, for example, you wake up in the morning and you look out the window. Instead of thinking in your language, oh, it looks like it might rain today, you just think, cloudy. Just the one word, in English.
Or you feel hungry. Instead of your whole thought in your language, you just say to yourself, hungry, or so hungry, and you smile a little. You thought in English.
And that matters. It really does. Because every single English thought is building a new pathway in your brain, a little road. And the more you walk on it, the stronger it gets.
Think of it like a path through a forest. The first time you have to push through the trees. It's slow, but every time you walk the same path, it gets clearer, easier, until one day it feels completely natural.
So your homework from tip 1, try to think of 10 single words or short phrases in English today. Just 10, not sentences, just words connected to your day. You see your coffee, coffee, hot coffee, delicious, done. That counts.
Tip 2. Think out loud. Talk to yourself in English.
Tip 2 might sound a little unusual, but it works incredibly well. Are we going to tell them to talk to themselves?
Yes, we are. Talk to yourself in English, out loud, or even in a whisper.
Okay, so let me explain why this is not crazy. When you say something out loud, you use more parts of your brain than just thinking. You use your voice, your ears, your mouth, all working together. It makes the language more real, more physical.
I used to narrate my morning routine to myself in English when I was practicing. I'd stand in the kitchen and say, "Okay, I'm going to make breakfast. I need eggs. The eggs are in the fridge." Very simple. Nobody could hear me, but it was incredibly helpful.
Yes, I do this too. When I was learning, I would describe what I was doing as I did it, like a sports commentator, but for everyday life. Brian is now opening the fridge. He is looking for something to eat. He is confused. There is nothing good. This is a problem.
You were narrating yourself.
I was, and it worked. My thinking in that language got so much faster.
To you listeners, gently, you can do this anywhere, in the shower, on a walk, cooking dinner. Just describe what you see, what you feel, what you're doing in English. Simple sentences. Don't worry about being perfect.
And if you make a mistake, nobody heard it. No problem. Move on. The goal is fluency, smooth, natural English, not perfection.
Tip 3. Label your world in English.
Okay, tip 3 is one of my personal favorites. It's simple, it's fun, and you can literally do it at home right now.
This tip is called Label Your World. The idea is to put small sticky notes or labels on the objects around your home with their English names.
So your refrigerator has a little note that says fridge or refrigerator. Your window says window. Your mirror says mirror. Your coffee cup says mug. Every time you look at that object, your brain connects directly the thing and the English word. No translation needed.
This works because our brains are very visual. When you see the word and the object together, many times every day, the connection becomes automatic. You don't need to think, you just know.
I had a friend who did this when she moved to an English-speaking country. Her whole apartment was covered in labels. Her roommate thought she was a little strange, but in 3 months, her English improved dramatically.
A small price to pay. And you can do this with feelings too, not just objects. Write excited on a note and put it somewhere you'll see it when you feel excited, or tired near your bed. Connect the emotion directly to the English word.
So, tip 3, label at least 5 things in your home today. 5 things. Grab a pen, a sticky note, and just do it. It takes less than 5 minutes, and those 5 objects will start living in English inside your brain.
This one can feel uncomfortable, but it is so important.
Tip 4. When you watch shows, videos, or movies in English, try to watch without subtitles in your native language.
Now, I know what some of you are thinking, but I won't understand anything. And I hear you. So let me offer a middle step. Use English subtitles first, not your language. English subtitles.
When you use subtitles in your own language, your brain has an easy escape. It just reads the translation and stops trying to understand English. But with English subtitles, your brain has to work, and it's working in English.
And eventually, you try no subtitles at all. You use context. You use the pictures. You use the tone of voice. You use what you already know, and you understand far more than you expect.
I remember the first time I watched an episode of a show in Spanish with no subtitles at all. I probably missed about 40% of the dialogue, but here's the thing, I understood the story. I felt the emotions. I was inside the show, and that feeling, it was incredible. It made me want to keep going.
Your brain will fill in the gaps. It is smarter than you think. And every time you push through that discomfort, that moment of, I don't understand this, and you keep going anyway, you are training your brain to think in English.
Start with something you know well, a show you've already watched, a topic you understand. Make it easier at first, then gradually increase the challenge.
And our fifth and final big tip, and this one ties everything together, is to create an English environment around you.
What does that mean? It means making English a normal, natural part of your day. Not something you only do when you study, but something that's just there, all the time. Change your phone language to English. Change your social media to follow English accounts about topics you actually love. If you love cooking, follow English cooking channels. If you love sports, follow English sports accounts. If you love fashion, travel, science, whatever you love, find it in English.
Because here's the secret. When you care about the content, you forget you're learning. You're just living. And the English becomes part of your life, not just your homework.
This is the big shift from studying English to living in English. And it doesn't mean you have to move to another country or have English-speaking friends. It means you create little pockets of English in your normal day.
Your morning coffee with an English podcast. Your commute with an English audiobook or radio. Your lunch break scrolling through English content. Little by little, English stops being foreign. It becomes familiar, and familiar things don't need to be translated.
So there we go. 5 tips. Think in single words first, talk to yourself out loud, label your world, remove native language subtitles, and build an English environment. These aren't magic tricks, but if you do them consistently, you will feel the difference. I promise.
And be patient with yourself. Changing a habit takes time, but every day you are rewiring your brain. Every English thought you have, no matter how small, is progress. Real progress.
Okay, time for one of our favorite parts of the show, the vocabulary breakdown.
In this section, we take some of the most important words from today's topic and we break them down for you. Simple definitions, real examples, easy to understand, and easy to remember.
Even if you knew some of these words already, listen carefully. Sometimes hearing a word explained in a new way makes it stick much better. Okay, Mary, you want to take us through them?
Let's do it. Word. Translate.
Our next word is translate. To translate means to change words from one language into another language. For example, she had to translate the letter from Spanish into English.
Exactly. Translating is useful sometimes, but when it becomes automatic, it slows everything down.
Yeah, and a lot of us do this inside our head without even noticing. Someone asks a question, and before we answer, our brain quietly translates everything. That's the habit we're working to change.
Word. Fluent/fluency.
Our next word is fluent or fluency. Fluent means you can speak a language easily, smoothly, and naturally without stopping a lot. For example, after 2 years of practice, he became fluent in Japanese.
Yes, people often think fluent means no mistakes, but that's not true. Even native speakers make mistakes. Fluency is about flow.
Fluency doesn't mean perfect, it means smooth, natural. You might make small mistakes, but the conversation keeps moving. That's fluency.
Word. Habit.
Our next word is habit. Habit is something you do regularly, often without thinking about it. It's automatic. For example, drinking coffee every morning is her habit.
But it's totally possible to change habits. Science actually shows that with repetition and intention, you can build new habits in a few weeks. And thinking in English is absolutely a habit you can build.
And here's the interesting thing about habits. Your brain actually loves them because they save energy. The brain doesn't have to think hard. It just follows the habit. That's why changing a habit takes effort.
Word: automatic.
Our next word is automatic. Automatic means something happens by itself without you choosing or thinking about it. For example, after years of driving, stopping at a red light is automatic.
But it will feel that way. It takes time, but thinking in English can absolutely become automatic.
This is the goal for English, right? We want understanding and speaking to become automatic, like driving after you've been doing it for years. You don't think about it, you just do it.
Word: frustration.
Our next word is frustration. Frustration is the feeling you get when something is difficult or doesn't work the way you want. For example, I could feel the frustration in her voice when she couldn't find the right word.
And that frustration is actually a sign that you care, that you're trying. It's uncomfortable, yes, but it means you're right at the edge of your learning. And that's exactly where growth happens.
I think every single person learning a language knows this feeling. You have something perfectly clear in your mind, but the English words don't come. And that gap between what you want to say and what you can say, that's frustrating.
Our next word is immerse or immersion. To immerse means to put yourself completely inside something. Immersion is the experience of being completely surrounded by a language.
For example, the best way to learn a language is through immersion, being surrounded by it every day.
Total immersion might not always be possible, but partial immersion every day, absolutely possible and incredibly effective.
You don't need to move to another country to experience immersion. You can create it yourself. English podcasts, English shows, English books, English music. That's your immersion environment.
Our next word is confidence. Confidence means believing in yourself and your abilities.
For example, she spoke with confidence in the meeting.
That's so true. People wait to feel confident before they speak, but it actually works the other way. You speak, even without confidence, and then the confidence grows from the speaking.
Confidence in speaking doesn't come first. It comes after you've practiced, after you've made mistakes and survived them, after you've realized the world doesn't end when you say something wrong.
Our next word is rewire. To rewire something means to change the connections inside it. When we talk about the brain, rewire means to build new thinking patterns.
For example, learning a new language can rewire your brain in amazing ways.
Scientists call this neuroplasticity, the brain's ability to change and adapt. And it works at any age. Your brain is never too old to learn new things or build new connections.
I love this word because it gives you a sense of power. You are not stuck with the brain you have right now. You can actually change how it works. Every time you think in English, you are literally rewiring your brain. And that brings us to the end of today's episode. I honestly love this topic so much because it's something that holds so many people back, and it doesn't have to.
If you take only one thing from today, let it be this. Translation is a habit, not a permanent condition. Your brain is not broken. It just learned a way of doing things that no longer serves you, and you have the power to change it.
Start small. Be consistent, be patient, and remember, every single English thought you have, no matter how tiny, is a step forward. You are making progress even when it doesn't feel like it.
Now, we always love to hear from you, so here is today's listener question.
When was the last time you caught yourself translating in your head? What were you trying to say? Tell us in the comments or send us a message. We read everything.
And if you want to go further with today's topic, try this little challenge this week. Every morning, when you first wake up, think your very first thought in English. It can be just one word. Tired, hungry, okay, anything. Just start your day in English.
We call it the Wake Up Challenge, and if you try it, tell us, share it with us. We want to celebrate your progress.
Thank you so much for spending this time with us today. Learning a language is a journey, and every episode you listen to, every word you learn in English, every thought you have in English, it all adds up.
You are doing amazing. Don't give up. Keep going, and we will hear you next time on It's English Podcast. I'm Brian.
And I'm Mary. Take care, everyone. Bye.